Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain John Bloom, and I, along with Marianne Simrad, will be your masters of ceremony for today's event. We're gathering today to commemorate the transfer of military authority and the stand-up of the Captain James A. Lovell Federal Health Care Center, our nation's first integrated VA and DoD medical facility. As a reminder, military members should remain covered for the duration of this ceremony. We ask that cell phones and pagers be silenced during the ceremony. There have been some slight adjustments to the schedule of events within your program. I'd like to bring your attention to that. Vice Admiral Robinson was called away at the last moment and will not be able to attend today's events, and Congresswoman Melissa Bean will be a member of our official party. We are honored to have many distinguished guests with us today in our audience. Mrs. Marilyn Lovell and family. Ms. Tammy Duckworth, the VA Assistant Secretary for Public and Intergovernmental Affairs. Mr. Jose Riojas, the VA Assistant Secretary for Operations, Security, and Preparedness. Mr. William Schoenhardt, Veterans Health Administration Deputy Undersecretary for Health of Operations and Management. Mr. Alan Middleton, Acting Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Health Affairs. Dr. William Winkenwerder, the former Assistant Secretary of Defense for Health Affairs. The Honorable Leon Rockingham, Jr., the Mayor of North Chicago, Illinois. The Honorable Robert Sabanjan, the Mayor of Waukegan, Illinois. Representative Rita Mayfield, Illinois State Representative for the 60th District. Mr. Dan Grant, Director of the Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs. Dr. K. Michael Welch, Staff and Board of Trustees from the Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science. Mr. Mike Whelan, representatives from Walsh Construction and RLF Architecture. Professional staff members from both the House and the Senate. Presidents, CEOs, and executive directors for state and regional health departments and medical facilities. State and local commanders for our nation's veteran service organizations. Directors and staff members from the Departments of Defense, Armed Forces, and Veterans Affairs throughout the country. Current and former commanders, commanding officers, and senior enlisted members, family and friends of Mr. Sullivan, Captain McGew, and Captain Beardsley, veterans, military, members, and staff, it is truly an honor to have you with us here today. Will the guests please rise for the arrival of the official party and then remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. Okay. Joining us today in the official party are Captain Scott Bernatus, Mr. Patrick Sullivan, Rear Admiral Alton Stocks, Dr. Robert Petzel, Congresswoman Melissa Bean, Congressman Mark Kirk, Senator Dick Durbin, Captain James A. Lovell, the Honorable Juan Garcia, Dr. Jeffrey Morawski, Captain Thomas McGew, Captain David Beardsley. Parade the colors. Hand salute.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say
Retire the colors. Ready, two. Chaplain Vander Hayden will now deliver the invocation.
And blessed are you, O comfort of those who suffer bodily pain or anguish of spirit, for giving us all a share in your healing power. We gather to stand up the Captain James A. Lovell Federal Healthcare Center and dedicate it to the care of our sick or wounded veterans, active duty personnel and their dependents, and our retirees, because we recognize their sacrifice, just as we recognize the dedication and skill of those who will practice their healing arts here. We invoke your blessing on all the persons and organizations responsible for this VA-Navy partnership, and by the power of your healing presence, may our partnership with the Navy make us a center of the nation's love for all who travel here seeking help. Amen.